What's going on, YouTube? I'm coming back with you with a full game commentary. This time I'm going up against the number 9 Madden XBOX player. I mean, at the time he was 9. I don't know what he's ranked right now. I had a couple of requests asking me to put out a full game with showing my plays and what is going on in my mind as I'm picking things. This game, to be honest with you, even though it's against the number 9 person, it still was considered like a literal blowout. Just to show you, rankings doesn't really matter. It's all about the person's scheme and how they execute that scheme. Because just because you run something on one person doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna work on the next. So he started out this game and he was on offense, and you just noticed that I just picked him off. All I did was come out in that cover 2 strike, outside linebacker strike 2, and just cross man my guys based off everyone else's tendencies on what they normally do out of that formation. And you could lock that down with a lot of different other things. I thought my man was going to hold on to that ball, but obviously he didn't. So this time I'm coming out in the single back wide trips. And this formation is actually a really good formation to run things on. You probably noticed that I used to use it in a lot of other videos. I like to change things up. Never come out with the same type of formation. All I did was take that outside guy and put him on a slant. I could have hit the B receiver right there, but I just wanted to go ahead and hit that circle route. So now we up 7-0 at this point. You see, I'm just coming off. I changed my defense. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw a little, zone blitz 2 deep scheme at him. See if he can handle it. See how fast his progression is. And this is all I'm doing is crashing the line down, moving this guy in the middle, and that's it really, and just sliding my linebacker, spreading out my linebackers. I'm just doing a lot of different things just to see if he can handle it. And I keep in mind, in my head, at the time, I didn't know what this guy was ranking was. So I was like, well, I'm just going to feel him out. Just like anything else, I could come out in a basic defense, or I could literally just come out in something hot and give him pressure and see if he can handle it. You notice the first session I came out in, I didn't even come out in this, I just basically came out in something simple. So, like I said, right now it's 3rd and 6. My opponent is just trying to keep coming out in that formation. I guess he figured, hey, he keep coming out of this, I'm going to be able to dot him up and do this and do that. But this type of formation with the Minnesota Vikings, their defense is legit. This was after the last update with the roster, so everybody is pretty much back on the field, and I could do exactly what I want to do. So now I'm just coming back in that, basic cover 2 defense, taking away everything he got, and he tried to bomb me deep, but we go ahead and hit him with the user pick. Just clicked on and took over. So we get the ball right back, and in this point, I'm just trying to stay with the basics. So I come back in and come back out with the, single back wide trips, and just go ahead and basically just do what I want to do. So when I'm playing these guys, I don't let the other team dictate what I like to do. I like to make the defense dictate to me, and I don't really try to think too much sometimes. Now every now and then, just like any Madden player, you go out there and you just want to get greedy and score, one play touchdown, the first play, and just put that pressure on your opponent. But for me, everything is philosophical. I like to figure out what works, basis remembering what he's doing on defense, and counter it. So he would have to adjust to what I'm coming out in. See, so now I'm coming back in the gun trips week, and most cases you remember this as the U trips, but I'm just all I'm doing is just using his defense against him, and I'm remembering every formation that I'm coming out in against that particular defense. Now, you would think that this guy would be as smart as he is, but like I said, when I went back and checked out the end of the game, yeah, you ranked number 9, but you played 600 and something games, and then you coming out in, you know what I'm saying, that one offense, and then now you coming out in that same Will Buck 3 press defense, and you're not even making really any type of adjustments, and you think you're gonna win. I don't really think, that would help him by just sticking with that style of defense. So, he seen that, I motioned the guy over to fill that void because the guy gonna be wide open, and he called a timeout. And I'm like, well, why? I mean, I'm the one had 2 seconds on the clock, but whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Now, you guys who's watching this video, you could pretty much kind of like take these concepts of what I'm doing and see. I mean, I'm only 6 yards away, and I know that speed out go beat any zone or any man, and that's why I chose that play, because also that deep out route can beat any man or get behind, a cover 3 if they drop that cover 3 down to take away the flat route. It's just a combination on one side and a combination on the other. Sometimes you just got to be smart, and like I said, he's coming out in the cover 3. But I mean, I know I could shred him with the pass, but I'm trying to stay consistent on what I'm trying to do, mixing plays up. I don't want him to key on what I like to do, so that's why you see me coming out in all these different formations. Really good Madden players remember formations, and what they do is they check out your tendencies. But if you change your tendencies, it's harder for them to remember how to cross man this guy, to put this guy on this guy, or whatever, and you have a competitive edge. So that's all we're really doing, is just mixing up formations, keeping him like I guess honest in whatever it is he's trying to call. And then, like I know you see, he came out with a different formation this time. That's his run stopper, and that's fine. I mean, I told you I'm more of a passer than a runner anyway, so it don't really matter to me. And as you see, I'm just making some adjustments, and in my head it's 3rd and 2. So I know at this point, okay, I'm gonna come out in a passing set, but y'all about to see right now, I flip the play to the wide side of the screen, and this is the play. So he would have to respect that, and for him to get over there is really hard. And Adrian Peterson, he gonna break a tackle, so I know that. Now it's 1st and 10 at this point, and now I'm just gonna make sure that in my mind I'm trying to figure out, okay, what play to come out in. I'm like, he's coming out this, and so I came out with the levels concept. I flipped the play to make it go to the strong side of the field, and all I did was put X on a drag. So there's a couple of things that I could have thrown it to A with a high point pass, but I'm milking the clock at this point. I noticed a couple of things that he was doing, so if I'm not mistaken, I said, okay, well, let's just take advantage of the flat. So I ended up coming out in, I think, the motion Z spot. I think that was a play that I came out in my head, because I was like, I want him to take that middle linebacker out of the middle, so on the back side I could come with like a slant. And I'm trying to see if I actually made that adjustment, and I think I kept the adjustment, and I went for the wire route. But normally I would put that X receiver on a slant, but in my head I was like, okay, well, I don't know what defense he in, but when I started realizing that he stayed with that same defense the whole game, the game got out of control real quick. So right now it's 1st and 10. I'm at the 10-yard line, and I'm in my head, I'm just like trying to put myself in a good scoring position. So I come out with something a little different. I've been throwing a lot of motion plays at him just to throw him off, take advantage of that. I thought Adrian Peterson's going to bust through that line and get me, a good touchdown. So I picked the other play, the orbit play action X something, I don't know, but it's the same looking type of play, just to keep him thinking that, okay, well, he's going to do this. And he was baseline, because you could tell his guy didn't move, and I threw it to B thinking that my slot guy was going to hold his guy, but that purple route just really took that away. So now I'm trying to figure out really what other plays to come out in, and I want to just spray him out, because I notice every time I come with something wide, he just sends that little, Will Buck 3 or whatever. So I came out in the drag curl, because that way I want to just try to get a high point pass. So I end up I didn't smart route A like I wanted to, and I end up smart route B like I wanted to. So I put A on a slant to keep everybody in honest, and he got bumped. A got bumped, and I couldn't throw it. So then I tried to throw to the next available one, and that didn't work neither. Sometimes that happens. It is the way it is. So right now we up 10-0. He getting the ball, but he comes in the same formation. You see I cross man all the people. I just pretty much took away all his routes. He had nowhere to go, guys. He had nowhere to go. You really have to know how to take certain things away, and that's all I'm really doing. I'm just outside manning my outside linebackers and just rush 3. It's no different than any other type of formation. See, and then I take and get on that middle linebacker, and I'm like ready. Take away that, come right here, interception. He had nowhere to go, guys. Nowhere. So that's all I kept doing. But the thing is that, and I keep saying this in a lot of my videos, the ranking does not matter. It does not matter. People have to come up with a good scheme. You can't just bite someone else's stuff. And I done had people say, hey, do this and do that so I can see what your audibles is. And my scheme might not work for you. I don't really run a scheme. I just read defenses and pick plays that I know going to beat this defense. And when you simplify it for you and find out what works for you, the game comes along a lot easier. And he caught me right here. I started trying to like get a little too fancy right there, thinking I would have had a lot more time to throw that route that came across the middle. But if I would have paid attention, I would have had, the outside route going to my X receiver. So we come out in another play, and this time we go ahead and we try to keep things looking like the same in a sense, but just motion someone else, do some different things. I'm like rushed with my play, and I was trying to go to X, but his guy came straight in, and my guy didn't even block. And it's cool. I should have flipped the play and then just do it that way. My running back would have been in position to block his guy coming through that B gap. And I decided to do it again. I know. Hard-headed, man. Just being hard-headed. This time I end up sliding my line a little bit too. I noticed where he was coming. It's the same size, so my running back picked him up, and I tried to get it to that X receiver, but it didn't work. So this time I end up like, you know what? I don't even care. I'm gonna go for it. That's all I did. I know it was a stupid move. It was stupid on my part, but hey, I'm gonna go ahead and say, you know what? I'm gonna go for it anyway. So I know he was in a cover 3. So what ended up coming out was this play, which I know blocks the tight end. And all I did was take my receiver and motion him over to try to do something different. And I put the outside guy on a smart out route. And that's how the play looked. And it was a play action. Like I said, I had enough time, but I should have threw it to X, and I tried to throw it to the other guy, and I screwed that up. And that's my fault. I can't even complain. If I would have put somebody on a drag, I would have got it. And at that point, I was mostly just thinking of the rush that was coming in instead of the actual play at hand. But that's my fault. Anyway, so now I'm on defense. This time I'm coming out in the slant show too. Just bringing this guy over. I didn't really set the play up like I wanted to. It was all right. I was just hoping to get some pressure and take away things. He had his guy come across the middle, but that is to show you when guys get greedy, that's what they do. Throw up in double coverage, which he had a man just running by himself through the middle of the field. Blanket, tunnel vision. That's all that was. Now, I said, well, I'm going to do it again. I'm like, why not? Mix the whole defense up, try something different, and just take away certain things. Now, I come out with a whole different defense this time, and I can't believe I dropped the pass. So y'all gonna see what the defense I came out in. I came with the under smoke 2. This is a really, really good cross Madden play right here. Awesome cross Madden play. And all you see me doing is matching somebody up based off that formation and take away things and just put that guy right here. So if they run, they're gonna double team me and everyone else gonna clean it up. So it's just figuring out what they want to do. And look at that. Knock the ball out his hand. He ain't got nowhere to go. He just roving around, running for his life. Because that cornerback is just coming hot. And really, that's a 3-man rush. Because I spied one of the guys. If, I really want to. If I felt that he was such a threat, I would have spied one of the defensive tackles and just leave it as a 3-man rush. So you'll see the play art. And y'all gonna know as I love this play. But I shouldn't have called it at this particular moment. Because I should have known he was like using the lineman. Like he was trying to like use his defensive lineman and break up a run. But I called it anyway. I figure, hey, I could go ahead and flip the play and run it again. Because I see what side he's blitzing from. And that was my fault. I had the flat wide open and I was trying to go deep. And I should have just, changed something up. But it's all right. It's okay. It is what it is. Now, I'm saying to myself, I'm like, okay, it's 3rd and 10. I'm going to come out in that play double post. This play is a really good play if you're trying to get, I want to say like 7 yards. All I do is I take the backside guy and I slant him out. And on the B receiver over there, I could put him to whatever I want to, whether it's a streak or you keep him on that. And I bring this guy over because I notice what he's trying to do. And I slide protect to the left. I wanted to give myself some time because I know where it's coming from. See, he bit over there. Look at that. Slant wide open. Now, if he wouldn't have did that, I would have had the out route on one of those post routes. That play is really, really money, especially if you're trying to send those type of blitz out of a 3-4. That kills 3-4s. It kills cover 2s. That play is really, really deadly. So that's one of the ones you might want to try to like work into your scheme. But as you see, all I'm doing is mixing up the plays. He can't key on to what I'm doing. He really, really can't. So this is where I just started getting kind of silly, just doing silly things. Because I was just like, okay, let's just control the game. We're going to turn the heat up probably in the second half. And just go from there. I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist to see that this guy really ain't good. He took, when a guy is moving that middle linebacker where the blitz is coming from, because he's trying to cover for that area. I had X wide open. If I'd have waited just a half second, and that's my fault. Like I told you, I was getting silly. I was just trying to just get down the field real quick, and I was just picking a lot of deep plays. And I went against my golden rule of just take what they give you. Because actually, if they miss a tackle, you could just get down the field even quicker. So I'm just coming out with a cover 2 beater. I know exactly where he's coming from. And if I was in my right frame of mind, I would have flipped that play. And I put that slant here because I wanted him to get away from that guy and follow the tight end. And if I would have, I just missed him. Bridgewater just threw it up way too quick. So I ended up punting the ball, man. I said, you know what, ain't no sense to go for it. And I'm way back here. So now he's at the 33-yard line. You see him coming out of the nickel 2-4-5. I'm just putting certain guys at certain position. Figuring out, who's my best guys and put them more in the middle because they're the ones that's going to be, pretty much manned up on somebody. I didn't really have the time to put the people I wanted to, but I put my outside guys in certain positions. You see, I mean, it's just, like I said, it's just easy adjustment. And all I did was came out in that play, the Tampa 2, and just moved that guy outside and blitzed him. Slant my inside lines that way and just spy the backside guy. All you doing is just changing up his sight adjustment. He ain't got nowhere to go. I mean, it's all about figuring out what works. And see, I'm just manning up people right now. He has nowhere to go. Look. I just, and I think I ended up staying in this coverage probably the whole rest of the game. I think maybe I switched one other time, but all I did was come with the nickel 2 blitz. If he's going to come out with that same formation, take the cornerback, man him up on the B receiver, and take the outside linebacker and put him on the X receiver. And look at that. He tried to screen. That didn't work. I mean, you just got to know what takes away what. That's it. And man them up. So, for the rest of the game, man, there's no reason to keep on talking. I done pretty much talked the whole half. And you guys can pretty much follow what I'm doing for the rest of the game. But for commentary purposes, let's just talk about the playoffs. That was a great game between Atlanta and the Seahawks. It started real competitive, but I think Atlanta just started putting too much pressure on them. And them running backs just got the best of them boys. I mean, they couldn't cover everybody. Today, Dallas is going to play, they're going to play Green Bay. And, even that is going to be a real awesome game. And you also got, Kansas City playing Pittsburgh. And, man, that is going to be a good game. I mean, I'm like super excited for all these games. I mean, for even the New England game against Houston, they made Tom Brady throw 2 interceptions. I mean, they tried to hang in there, but once Osweiler started throwing them interceptions, that was it. They couldn't play comeback. I mean, you can't make mistakes against New England. Them boys gonna make you pay. Their defense is like real sound. You know what I mean? Like real sound. So, I mean, you can't just say, oh, I'm gonna make this type of mistake. I mean, I had so many people open at this. This was stupid. I just tried to help and get down the field. I got greedy. So, anyway, but back to the playoffs. So today, I'm going to be watching that Dallas Cowboy versus Green Bay game. I bet you all these Dallas Cowboy fans just like nervous as heck right now. They tripping. They are tripping. They up here walking around with, their shirts on, got the flags on their cars and stickers, and they got all this kind of stuff. And man, if they lose this game, I mean that's going to be a heartbreaker. That's going to be a serious heartbreaker. So, y'all just seen that play out and what I did. I mean, I manned up everybody. It didn't even matter. I manned up so many people. But, yeah, the Dallas Cowboy fans will be in for a rude awakening, boy. Today is gonna be a good game. I'm not saying they're not gonna win. I think Dallas will win. They're gonna control the time of possession, but it's gonna be real difficult. It's not gonna be a cakewalk. I think Green Bay gonna come to win, and it's gonna be a good day for them Cowboy fans. And I hate to say it because I'm a Saints fan, but I think that Atlanta versus Dallas game is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. So I can't wait to see it. So I'm gonna let y'all finish watching this video. Y'all can take what y'all want from it. Whatever questions you have, feel free to put them in the comment section down low. I'm gonna go ahead and try to answer all you guys, and I'm gonna keep trying to do, put out videos based off what you guys want. I know some of you guys was asking me to put out like a depth chart and what I'm thinking when I put these teams out there and I'm setting up my roster. What I will say is I have a Saints video of a depth chart. I think like 2 of them, and it explains what type of personnel I like to have in certain type of positions. And I could just briefly go over that. Is for my defensive lineman, out of a 3-4, I like 3 fat, smart dudes that's strong, can block shed. The left defensive end in a 3-4, you would have to have some speed and strength. But defensive tackle need to have strength and block shedding and power moves, not so much of the finesse move. My right defensive end, strength, power moves. My outside linebackers need to have speed, strength, but some decent awareness. And they have to have good zone coverage. My inside linebackers need to have they need to have play recognition, which is the same thing as your awareness. They need to have high awareness, need to have high pursuit and good zone coverage. My safeties need to have zone coverage. I'm a zone coverage guy, so all my guys on the defensive end, the defensive side of the ball need to have good zone coverage when they start talking about secondary guys. My left cornerback, which is your first cornerback, is always going to be probably like one of my, I guess you could say, smartest cornerback. But cornerbacks need to have great acceleration. On the right side, they need to have great acceleration and zone coverage, because that's where most people like to throw the ball to, on the left side of the screen, and that's going against your number 2 cornerback. So if you got a good cornerback, put him in number 2 slot. Safeties, of course, you want that hit power, but like I said, zone coverage is a must. And pursuit and play recognition, all of those things make differences. You just want to find the right guys. You can have a guy with like a high zone coverage, but with low awareness. But guess what? He's going to play like an all-star, because in the zone coverage, he's a beast. It's not so much of just the awareness. The awareness works on certain things when you put him in certain positions. But if you got guys just running streaks, it don't take that much awareness. So I hope you guys follow me with that when it comes to cornerbacks. It's acceleration and zone coverage that makes up a really good cornerback on this game, because a lot of other stuff don't even matter. So right now the score is 17-3. We're in the third quarter. I'm gonna keep trying to make sure I put out some other videos. I got one cooking right now. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this gameplay. And like I said, I know it just look like it's a real close game, but you're gonna start seeing that it's gonna turn for something different. All right, peace.
Up and air it out. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And let's see if it's that easy here. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Peterson alone in the backfield. The tight end changing his position. Second down, Bridgewater. Flushed out right, and he's going to be taken down right at the line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Third down, Bridgewater. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there. Now fourth down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not in a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third. Now Cutler on third and long. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Andrew Sendejo. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A second down throw for Bridgewater. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They just do get the play off. Now Bridgewater. He gets it left side to Johnson. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Let's go.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Bridgewater now from the 50. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. So the offense has it 1st and 10. The man in motion left here, Johnson. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Peterson alone in the backfield. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. 14 yards that time for number 14.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Bridgewater now. It's complete to Diggs. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Here's Bridgewater, and this one's incomplete. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. And again, it's Bridgewater. And he comes back with one complete. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
The second down throw for Bridgewater. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Cutler. They go screenplay to Langford. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
On 3rd down, Cutler. He's got time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And now out comes Minnesota. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
It'll be a gain of 9, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
One receiver left, 2 to the right. Throwing, Bridgewater. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Bridgewater here to throw. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Bridgewater. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Here's Jeff Locke now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward. They weren't able to complete that attempt, and that was a heck of an attempt there from the shadow of their own goal line. But that tells you how much confidence they have in their offensive line. Go ahead, dial one up. Know that they can protect the quarterback and let him.
And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they've got it just 2 yards away from the end zone. They'll have it 1st and goal here from the 2-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out here in the eye. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. See if they stay on the ground for second down. One receiver left, two to the right. On second down, Cutler. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to let it fly. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
They'll run here. This is Kadeem Carey. And they'll bring him down after just... And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. And now out comes Minnesota. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. It's caught inside the 25. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again. Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that, because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Now, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little